And he didn't come on till the 80th minute. Yeah. Disappointed not to be involved, but then to come on and yet again in a big game make an impact.
He's a big player, you know. Either you start the game or not, you have to keep your focus high. You have to be ready because it's not only for yourself anymore. You have to keep your ego around the team, and you are here to do a job. You are paid to play football. You are here to represent the club, which is Arsenal. So I think he has shown it again once today that we can, Arsenal, the team, the fans, they can believe in his ability. Either he start the game or being on the bench. But we all thought today he's going to start the game. But he showed us that we were wrong, and he actually proved us also wrong that him coming in, he can also be a different. He's always focused. And I think that's a big and a strong message for the coaches now that, okay, I put you on the bench, maybe to punish you, maybe for whatsoever reason, but you have proved me again wrong. So I think now it's going to be hard for the coaches now. You have Saka, you have Madueke, you have Eze, and you have Martinelli. It's a big problem, which is a good and positive for the club.
Yeah, and my message to him, I wouldn't be, now I want to play. You know, especially with what he's done the other day with the Champions League. We know what he's capable of. He's somebody that needs consistently to be playing. You know, I think that now, on that kind of form, you know, the manager chose to put Trossard in after scoring in the Champions League game instead of Martinelli, where I thought the pace would have been a problem for City, especially when they started with the guy at the back there, Kusanov. So if I'm him, I'm probably saying, listen, when's my chance coming? When do I get to, you know, have a run and a start in this team? Because I think I deserve it.
And the irony was, Madueke was a little unfortunate himself to be substituted at half-time, wasn't he?
Yeah, it was. It was. I thought he was excellent, actually. One of the real bright sparks in the City low block. He looked electric. Him and Nico O'Reilly were having a good battle. Carved out probably the only half-decent chance of the first half, but it's a tough school. It's a tough school. Arteta, fair play to him. Maybe he's held his hands up and thought, you know what, I made a mistake with the starting 11. Addressed it at half-time, a totally different Emirates, and they were pounded on the door and eventually got a well-earned goal.
Well, Mikel Arteta has become the first manager in Pep Guardiola's league career to go 5 league games unbeaten against him with that late equaliser. And here are the thoughts of the Arsenal manager.
You've mentioned your finishers being as important as your starters, and Gabriel Martinelli again comes on and makes an impact.
Yeah, very happy. That's what they're here for, and both of them helps as well with the ball he plays to Gavi, the timing of his run, and then the quality of the finish is unbelievable.
And do you deserve credit for the fact that these players that aren't starting still come on and are super motivated? There's no sulking or anything like that?
No, because they are going to play. They all have opportunities today. Willie played, Leo played because of the performance of last week. Epps doesn't start. He's happy to come on and have the impact. We're going to need them at that level. There's no question that that's something very necessary.
And just finally, you got a point at the end, but obviously Liverpool's gap now is getting bigger and bigger.
Yeah, we cannot control that. They win every match. It's going to be very difficult, but we have to do what we have to do. And if we play at this level, what we've done against Manchester City, we'll be fine.
Yeah, Newcastle away a week today is next in the Premier League, so they've still just lost that one game against Liverpool. What do you make of, I mean, he's obviously phrasing it to try and keep everyone happier when they're not playing. They're not substitutes, they're finishers. And he's come on Martinelli and finished today.
It sounds different than being a substitute, but it's still, you're a substitute. And the fact is you've got to come on and you have got to try and save the team again. You know what I mean? You want to be on the pitch and you want to start the game and prove that you can do that while you're starting, because what's going to happen now, is he going to get typecast now? You know, because he's a finisher. He's done it in the Champions League. He's done it in another big game. You know, against a big team. At some stage, you think to yourself, well, when do I get my chance to be the starter? When do I start? So, you know, that's something that I think that, you know, his performances and him coming off the bench and doing what he's doing, you know, it only highlights the fact that, you know what I mean, I want more. And, you know, I'm going to prove that I can do more. And when I do get the opportunity, I've got to be more consistent when I do get it, so as people don't think I'm just an impact player.
This is when Arteta will go through a lot of difficulty, because we all remember the first year of Pep Guardiola in Barcelona, where he used to have Deco, Ronaldinho, Samuel Eto'o. He doesn't know who to play. And I think right now, Arteta is in that situation. People, when they look at Arteta, they think Arteta is a manager for the last 10 years. Arteta has been coach maybe 5-6 years now.
Yes.
So for him now, he's also learning, because now you have a player that would knock at his door every weekend and say, my friend, I want to play. And that's the way he has to make a call to see who's going to be the best for him and how he's going to manage all these players. It's top form, because it's not easy to manage players that want to play week in, week out. and they are obviously, some are from Brazil, some are from England. They are international. They want to represent their country. Before you represent the country, you have to make sure you start in your club. And for me, that's when all this, and we will see how Arteta will manage the situation, because it can be problematic for the club.
That's a really